The jokes are stale, the memes are stale, and just aesthetically not pleasing, and it's really strange. And it's like, put effort in. Please. Hey Spuds, how's it going? It's Jamie, welcome back to another video, your first video on the channel. I don't know, but welcome either way, and today is a very fun, exciting video. I'm very happy to be joined by the wonderful One Topic. Hello, OT.
Hello, Spuds! Fellow Spuds! I can officially say I am part of Spud Gang. I don't know if you can see behind me, up on the shelf right there. There's a little Jamie.
I have a little Jamie.
You do have a little Jamie. You also technically have a little OT somewhere. I don't know where, but...
I do. Little OT is in the study. So there's 3 Jamies in this video.
Perfect.
Today, OT, you are joining me to have a look through some very wonderful, well, not wonderful, and very not wholesome homophobic memes. Yay.
Is that what we're doing today? Okay, perfect. For anyone wondering, I just woke up from a nap, and this is what Jamie decided to record, so this is going to be fun.
LGTV+, and they've compared it to LGBT+.
Produces crisp graphics. Does not reproduce... Well, already on the first one, they're incorrect. What are they talking about?
Yeah.
Like, no one in the LGBT community can produce children? Is that what they're... That's awful. That's wrong.
I saw a tweet that was like, homosexuality can't be genetic because homosexuals can't reproduce. And it's just like, there's a difference between being gay and being infertile.
Yes, exactly.
And lots of gay people have children where just one person is biologically related. So already... fail.
These biology enthusiasts, I wish for a moment they'd spend as much time on learning the biology they preach as they do on trying to dispute other people's biology.
Actually, reading a book.
It was a couple months ago now, but I saw this educator talking about how many people stop their education in biology around the 5th grade and then don't proceed from there. So a lot of the things that you learn in 5th grade are dumbed down for a 5th grade audience, and a lot of things that have been discovered, say in the last 5 years, were not taught when these people were in the 5th grade. They're really missing a lot. And it does help explain some of the conversations they have where it's like, no, that's not it, fam. Where have you been?
No, it does. And that's the whole point of like the basic biology thing where it's like, well, when you say basic biology, what you're saying is like oversimplified biology for 5-year-olds.
16.8 million colors. Only 6 colors? Oh my goodness gracious. If I know enough about the straights, I know they only have 2. They've got black and white. I don't know what their obsession is with everything and being in grayscale. It's awful. Doesn't care what you watch. Biased and selective about what is offensive. Oh, shut the front door. Can handle 4K. Can't handle jokes. These aren't even comparable. Their joke falls flat on its face.
The last two are just the same thing, right? People who are homophobic, they like say a homophobic thing, someone gets offended and is like, that's homophobic, you shouldn't say that. It's like, well, you can't take a joke. And it's like, but, okay, that wasn't a joke that you were saying there, you were just being a butt.
There are so many good gay jokes. There's so many good trans jokes. They don't have to have the gay person or the trans person as the butt of the joke to be funny. And their lack of understanding in that is based entirely on them being used to being able to punch down on someone, having their humor have a target. And without a target, they're like, well, I don't know how to be funny, so you need to change, not me.
I want to be funny, so laugh.
Exactly. What will happen if gay marriage is legalized? It is teal. Okay, gay people will get married. Oh, nothing bad's gonna happen. Oh, I get this. The terrorists win. Oh, they didn't win, I guess. That's good.
And then somebody posted this and was like, literally all came true, trying to say that just not knowing how a pie chart works.
Oh no.
Apparently, gay marriage is actually responsible for all of these things.
They think a 3rd World War broke out.
And it's because of gay marriage, specifically. Jesus was a brown, queer Marxist.
Sounds like you're a fan of Jesus.
Sure am.
Then would you like to convert?
I find this very interesting because I think there's a lot of like, oh, kids are being told that they should be gay and they're being taught about LGBT plus stuff and they're being like turned gay kind of thing, right? That's what homophobes are afraid of. But then religion is so pervasively taught. And it has been in schools for years, but there's no issue with that. It's like, okay, so teaching people about one thing isn't bad, but teaching them about another thing because you don't like it is bad.
I find their comparison is a little weak. If I just took this at the most surface level that I think any American could understand. In the Bible, Jesus was like, yo, homeboys, if you want to get into heaven, dog, you can't be rich. Because a rich guy has a better chance of passing through the eye of a needle than getting into heaven, or camel in there somewhere. And, and you look around at many of the mega churches that are in America, and you're thinking, like, do these people need this much money? Is this necessary? No, it's actually against what Jesus taught. So, like, no, you can be a fan of Jesus. He flipped tables. He didn't like people who taxed other people. He wasn't really buddies with the Romans. Like, there's some cool stuff Jesus did. Yeah, I don't think converting is necessary to be a fan of Jesus. Charming, ultra-strong family. Conservatives. Oh, no. Charming, ultra-soft family. Liberal. They're both bear families. What's the difference? Oh, because the
ultra-strong and ultra-soft.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're only associating it with the word strong and soft.
Yeah.
Oh, and red and blue, because those are the two political parties in America, right?
Yeah, it's so strange, though. I always have to get my head around that, because in the UK it's different. So the Conservatives are blue.
We have a bunch of parties here, too. Like, if we ever get tired of one, we just vote in another one, and there's like 6 more in the wings to argue with them if we need them to. But in America, it's like, nah, you got to pick one option that's not great, or another option that's not great. They literally call themselves I don't know. Are they the toilet paper or are they the bears? I'm confused.
Let's just say they're calling themselves toilet paper because that makes it funnier.
My bark has TP and splinters in it. If you don't have that scratching up your butt like sandpaper, then you're a liberal.
Technically, like, it's only under the branch of a homophobic meme because they've put the pride flag on it, which doesn't really make sense.
I thought it was a Care Bear at first. Okay, yeah, I see the rainbow.
Because I thought it was just like a conservatives are strong and liberals are soft and weak kind of thing. And then there's just a pride flag, and I'm like, okay, are you saying all liberals are gay? I don't know. It's a very confusing one.
Get wrecked, liberals. You gay.
And yet ultra soft.
Oh, joke's on them, though. I grew up in a time where, I mean, not that long ago, but still, it feels like a long time ago for me, where people would say that, like, skincare routines were gay, but then also equating the word gay to bad. So it was like, oh, it's not something you should do. You should never take care of your skin. And I'm over here, like, moisturizing my face every night. Ha-ha! Get wrecked, conservatives. When you're 50, you'll look 80. When I'm 50, I'll look not that yet. I will look slightly younger.
49. The real question is, though, when it comes to toilet paper, do you want it to be ultra strong or ultra soft? Because I would prefer soft.
You know what? I do have a preference. In addition to that, I'll give you some horrifying information after that. So I'll answer your query, but second, I will give you terrible information. So I prefer not strong because it clogs the toilet very easily. If you use enough to wipe your bum, then it's bad. It's done. Did you know that
do I want to know?
half of people wipe standing up and half of people wipe sitting down?
Oh, it's a 50-50 split.
And did you know that not an insignificant percentage of people poo in the shower?
Huh? What?
So there's a good number of people that also don't wipe at all and just use a shower like a bidet, and then also as the lavatory.
I appreciate washing instead of wiping, but actually going where you then like in the shower?
Oh, I learned a phrase to go with this actually. They call it waffle stomping because the
No. OT, this is more horrifying than any homophobic meme.
I could make it worse.
No.
Did you know there's a whole subsect of men that think it's gay to touch your butt in any fashion? And then again, they're also equating gay to a negative.
So they don't wash their butt.
So they don't wash, they don't wipe, they sit, they go and stand up and run. And then like once every few days they'll shower. Aren't you glad you invited me on for this video?
Yeah. I think all the homophobic memes are going to be really easy to stomach now after that. And all it's taught me is now that conservatives clog toilets. If they're the ultra strong toilet paper, then yeah. Great. It's okay. We just want to read some books to your chickens.
Oh, it's a gay sheep. Oh, no. Ah, beware, says Catholic Study Fellowship.
Yes, the irony of where it was posted from was not, lost. It's this whole issue with, I think, like, drag queen story time things.
Yes.
And it's like, you just not wanting your child to be exposed to anything that you don't deem normal. I think that's where it's coming from. There's actually nothing wrong with it.
It's such a strong aversion to education, and that can span in any direction. It's learning about your neighbors, about different cultures, about other religions. The risk being that if their child identifies as being part of the community, then they're now in the out group instead of the in group, and that then puts them at risk. And they act in these terrible, horrifying ways to try to like put the fear of God in these children, to say like, no, the Lord himself would be like, tisk tisk children, don't be gay. But in reality, in what writings, honestly, can we cite that says, oh yeah, drag queen story hour? Nope, drag is bad. I saw someone recently, they cited William Shakespeare as being someone who was like, oh, Shakespeare never wrote about pronouns. Someone who felt gender was as flexible as Shakespeare. I find it funny that they're both displaying their lack of education, but also their lack of willingness to learn at the same time.
Yeah, Shakespeare's not a good example for what they wanted to try and show. Like,
not at all.
That's an interesting choice. I think it's just a fear of something that you don't know and you don't understand, and you don't want your children to be a part of something that you don't understand or like.
This Pride Month, the only pride I need is my pride of the Bible and the red, white, and blue stripes.
I got distracted by the flag. That's not the American flag. That's the flag of Liberia.
Yeah.
I hate grapes.
Oh, yeah.
They disgust me.
I forgot to crop this meme.
No, it makes it better. I like it.
It was on a BuzzFeed article of, like, hilarious times people have made, like, spelling mistakes or errors that have just completely changed the meaning of what they're talking about. And just the fact that they couldn't even get the American flag right.
I don't think geography is one of the things that gets expanded on a lot in American education. There's a lot of people that, you know, they know their maps of the world, they know their flags, but I don't think it's largely in the core bit of education that is taught.
I've seen that a lot on TikTok, like people asking Americans, like, what's the capital of France or something, exactly. And people just not knowing.
France.
They're taking back Pride Month for the flag of Liberia. Good for them. I don't want you to go to hell when you die.
Like, okay, Jesus ally, appreciate it.
It might not be because they're gay and they've got rainbow hair. Oh yeah, it could be interpreted as Jesus going, I don't want you to go to hell, therefore you're not going to go.
Yeah, wasn't that Jesus' whole thing? He was like, I'm gonna die now for all of your sins, and now you're sinless, or whatever.
I think so. And I always just thought that, like, the whole fundamental point was just to be a nice person and a good person, like, and look after each other. Mm-hmm. And I really, like, I think whatever else is said and whatever way you want to interpret it, if that would then lead you to be horrible to others for things they can't control, then that goes against the fundamental principle, right?
Yeah, I would think so.
Anyway. They're not going to hell. Yay.
You aren't brainwashing your kids. Also them. I saw this one this morning. I'm so frustrated, Jamie.
It's become such a point of like, most of the homophobic and transphobic things I see at the minute and the memes are all about the belief that kids are being brainwashed by simply being taught, hey, LGBT plus people exist. Yeah. Do with that information what you want. And suddenly that's like, they're being brainwashed. They're brainwashing me. Look, they made a colourful flag. They're brainwashed. Like, I remember doing a lot of things in like at school and learning about a lot of things that were not in line with the beliefs in my household, like religious things. But it was just teaching me that it existed and this is how some people live and some people believe. It wasn't telling me that's who I should be. And nobody ever complained about that kind of teaching, but suddenly because it's an LGBT plus thing and people are homophobic and transphobic, it's an issue that kids are learning about it. Like, come on.
I saw this quote, it comes to mind. Someone was like, in response to a statement about that, of like the brainwashing the kids. They're like, well, I learned a lot about World War I in school and I didn't go out and assassinate Franz Ferdinand, now did I?
All I learned about was being cis and straight and I'm neither, so like, explain that.
On the face of it, their logic falls apart. Hey, it's not great to hate on people. How can that come back with a parent saying, actually, we do want them to hate people. These people specifically, they're bad. Like, what? This kind of post can only come from a place of intense fear.
That's what it is, isn't it? Like, isn't bigotry, is just, it thrives off of fear and ignorance. I just think about like Shaba's younger sisters and cousins and stuff and seeing how open-minded they are and how much they already know and have learnt from their friends and even parents and in school and stuff, and they have a completely different attitude towards LGBT plus peers that they have than kids would have at like 12, 13, 16 when I was at school. It's already shifted so much just in the last 10 to 15 years. And I think that's really great to see. But unfortunately, when there's a shift in the right way, there is a very loud pushback from the people who don't like it because they're getting scared. But I think that eventually things will go in the right direction and homophobia will quieten down a lot.
Hope so.
I hope.
We got a light bulb? Well, that works. But when you try to plug a light bulb not into a power source, but into another light bulb, that's not how that works. But then a power source to a power source, well, that's not how that goes.
And then just someone with like the Progress Pride flag on their forehead crying in frustration. I included this one because I've seen so many. I've seen aeroplanes, I've seen seat belts, I've seen plugs.
I saw someone show that a plane with 2 wings on one side would still fly.
Really? It's like, oh, well, if it doesn't work on a plug, then why should it work on people? Even though people made and labeled the plugs.
It shouldn't matter who you love.
I love Jesus.
No, moot point. We talked about it earlier. No, Jesus was all right.
Yeah.
The whole like religion around Jesus, it's got some good moments, but a lot of it, it's kind of questionable.
Yeah, and also this is just a made-up scenario. If you said, I love Jesus, but I hate gay people, that's when someone might look upset. But if you just said, I love Jesus, nobody's going to be like, how dare you? Nobody choose their country of birth, so it's stupid to be proud. Oh, pride.
What? I do find it funny that, like, poor grammar goes hand in hand with bigotry. Such a fear of the unknown.
It is a bit of a pattern.
Nobody choose their country of birth, so it's stupid to be proud.
I think this kind of thing comes out of a big misunderstanding over what is meant by like gay pride and LGBT plus pride. People are proud of the country they're born in, aren't they? Like,
oh, absolutely. Did you see the most recent World Cup where people from the UK were going over in full like Crusader wear? Like, people are gonna be proud even when it's a bit silly in there. But regardless of any garb that you put on, even if you're putting on some big theatrics, like, that's fine. It's fine to be proud of where you're from or to be who you are. It's not fine for you to be proud to be hateful towards other people. That's the big difference.
yeah, or to use who you are or the position or place you were born in as a way to think you're better than others or to discriminate against others. But if you are proud of who you are, then be proud of who you are.
Homosexuality, everyone's throats. Oh, the gays are at it again. Oh no. Don't teach me things. Education is bad. Words and books is manipulating my brain. When I see them, it makes me read them.
It's just a hard project of learning about anything new. And it, like, I see the same thing about like, oh, there's one gay character in a TV show that is 99% cis white straight people, and now you feel like gay people and gay characters are being shoved down your throat. It's just because for the first time in these people's lives, not all representation is about them, and so suddenly they feel threatened.
It reminds me of a flea market that I was at with a family member in the States, and we were looking at laundry bags, and there were 2 different sizes on the boxes. One was in gallons, one was in liters, but we noticed the one in liters, there were 2 different sizes. One was larger and one was smaller, and there was an American couple next to us that were arguing with each other about which one was going to be bigger. We figured out through the conversation that they were only looking at the gallons and the picture and not at the liters that were listed. My family member tried to reach out and explain to them, like, oh, actually, if you look at the liters on this, you know, the different unit of measurement that's also offered to you here, the liters is actually larger. And they said,
We're American, we don't read that French.
Are you serious?
Like, I'm American, I don't need to learn that gay.
Oh my god.
Tori Vega. I hate gay people.
oh, you're not going to clip this. Get out of here. I'm not reading that.
I'll read it. I hate gay people so much, it's unreal.
Jamie!
How dare I say that? Feeling homophobic.
Wait, what is this?
It's like one of those Disney type shows. Hold on, let me Google Tori Vega. Oh, Victorious. It's like I don't really know it, but I know it's a thing. And so somebody made it homophobic, and I was just like, wow. So it might say something like, Tori Vega, I ate too much spaghetti today, feeling really full. I don't know.
Okay.
So somebody made it mean. I'm feeling homophobic. Well, at least they admit that disliking gay people is homophobic.
Like, if you're going to be hateful, be creative about it. It's so boring. It's so bland. It's unbuttered toast.
Burnt unbuttered toast because it's bitter as well as bland.
Oh, the dog! I remember. Oh no!
Yeah.
This dog is the new face of online homophobia. Internet trolls have turned a dachshund.
Dachshund. Dachshund.
I always say dash hound.
I've heard it pronounced so many different ways. Into a viral homophobic meme, and her gay owners don't know what to do. Oh, no. The face of the dog, though, it always looks like it's questioning things or like it's reacting to a smell or something. So, like...
I have included one of the memes here. I don't know if it's next, but it's going to come up at some point.
Oh, what a cute dog, though.
I hate gays, but I'm not homophobic. How? Not quite a homophobic meme, but a homophobic statement of someone just being like, yeah, how does that work?
I think more people would understand what phobic actually means when they stop thinking of things like arachnophobic. It's not just a fear, it's also like a repulsion of things. If they saw something that's hydrophobic, for example, I think they would understand very clearly. You can get hydrophobic spray and spray it on your shoes, and if you drop water on your shoes, the water goes fwing! It goes right across your shoes don't get wet, it gets a cool sound effect, and it's just like that. If you absolutely are repulsed by something and you push it away as far as possible, that is homophobia. My friends, please be educated if you're going to be hateful.
It's so strange though as well, because this one's like, yeah, it is taking it literally. So I guess they'd be like, oh, I hate spiders, but I'm not fearful of them, so I'm not arachnophobic. Exactly. It's like, it doesn't quite work in the same way. You know, if you're not very nice towards people because they're gay, you're homophobic.
I'm not afraid of gay people. I'm not afraid of anything. Oh, okay, sweetie. Oh.
Here we go.
It's a choice. Oh.
This is one of the doggy ones. It's just such a, like, weak statement.
You're just doing it to feel special. You just want attention. Does the joke make sense? No. On the face of it, no. Oh my goodness.
It's a choice judging you.
A lot of people's exposure to the LGBT community only comes from right-wing media, and I think in that case they'll cite very specific moments where someone's expressing a lot of emotion or they're being quite loud about something, and like that's such a finite percentage of a group, obviously not representative of a whole. So if people only see that and then they think, well, that's all of them, that's all of those people, well, yeah, I kind of get why they'd think it's a choice, because they're like, well, yeah, if you have a personality that big, obviously you're going to try to go big or go home.
Well, they're being fed like a very curated worldview, and within an echo chamber, if that's the worldview that you've grown up being exposed to, then I can see where fear of the unknown comes from. I just wish people would be willing to learn more. Take a step back, look at both sides, and if you're still homophobic, then fine, whatever. Like, I'm not sat here desperately trying to change everybody's minds. Like, you can sit at home and be homophobic, but like mostly just don't be a butt towards people because you're homophobic. That's what bugs me.
Just such a good lesson for people that are outside the community who might have kids who may be in the community. It's incredible to see the number of individuals that don't change regarding anything in their life unless it affects their tribe. So if their kid comes out, then they're like, oh, well, now I have to be supportive because it's actually affecting someone that I care about, you know, instead of just some far off, far away person. The number of people that come out as supportive after that, the others have to see that happening. Do they think their kid's brainwashing the parent? Come on.
Probably.
The floor is pride. Oh, I get it, because it's like the floor is lava and you can't touch a rainbow flag or else you're gay, and that's what this person thinks is bad. Whoa. Get it, everybody? It's so funny.
It's just like stale humor. We don't need to linger on this one.
It's so bad that they've taken an ancient meme and then tried to make it homophobic.
The jokes are stale, the memes are stale, and just aesthetically not pleasing, and it's really strange. And it's like, put effort in. Please. Give me something that doesn't make me roll my eyes and go, not this again.
Many of the people that put effort in, I think, probably learn to do better before they post their memes. I think that's why we end up with so many of the stale ones that are bad, that don't make a lot of sense, is because they did not learn better. They did not put a lot of effort into figuring out the subject matter before trying to make a joke targeting that subject matter. Because anyone who learns about the subject matter, it's like, oh, maybe that's okay. I shouldn't make fun, actually.
And it's very like boomer humor memes.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's really what they think is happening. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah, instead of learning their ABCs, they learn their LGBTs.
I don't know if you've heard of, you probably have. Blue hair is synonymous with being like a social justice warrior, extreme personality within the community. I'm new to this information sometime last year, which is funny because that was like 2 years into me dyeing my hair. And I found out after I started going purple that blue was actually... but yeah, my camera picks it up as blue, so you won't be able to tell. They're tying those features into David Tennant's character here. Oh, blue hair, that's the devil. And oh, the acceptance progressive flag. Oh, that's no good. And also frosted tips on the eyelashes.
Literally, it looks like frost.
The number of people that could benefit from just a little bit of foundation. Any amount of skincare. Please.
Don't be scared of it.
You know what? I'm circling back to that, Jamie. No, kids trying to learn their ABCs. What do they think happens in school? An entire day isn't devoted to ABCs. Do they think there's an entire day devoted to gay? It's just like, all right, everybody, today is gay day. And then like that's expanded into the month. This month is gay month. And that's all we're learning. It's gay month. And then like, that's the whole school curriculum is just gay now. What? Do they think kids are not learning other subjects? I'm so mad. It's so boring. There's no substance to it.
It seems to be like trendy among the homophobes to just like bash on the school system for teaching, like, you know, 0.5% of the curriculum is now one lesson saying LGBT plus people exist. Let's not be mean to people based on their sexual orientation. Done. And suddenly it's like, oh, that's all my kid learned.
They're there for like 6 or 8 hours, depending if they misbehave. So like, what come on. It really tells me something that they fear a lot of indoctrination is happening. It's like, really, did you experience a lot of that? What institutions did you participate in that you feel like were applied to another community would be indoctrination of them, huh? Maybe you should do a little bit of introspection and deconstruct some of the lessons that you learned. Maybe that's what you're defensively reflecting into this. A lot of what you're projecting might be from your own experience. Oh, okay, all right, I'll let you be with that, but okay.
It's frustrating.
We are born from Adam and Eve, not Adam and Steve. The streets should be cleaned. Let's wipe the... Oh, just looks like it's after Pride and you're like scooping up a bunch of glitter.
It's a really weird one. It's so disjointed. Like, what's the point of it? Is the point the whole Adam and Eve thing, or the, like, getting rid of Pride flags? Well, not just the flags, right?
Yeah.
And I don't understand the whole Adam and Eve thing.
Oh, the Bible's promoting bisexuality there, of course. It's Adam and Eve, not Adam or Eve. Spelling bee.
Oh, no.
Parents. Curriculum.
School board, CRT, LGBTQ.
Oh, wrong. Oh, silly liberals. Those are the only letters you can think of, huh? Well, that's not how you spell curriculum.
Where did the CRT come from?
Critical race theory.
Oh, okay, thank you.
It's a broad label applied, at least in American school systems, across anything that might touch on any level of racism. So if you learn about slavery, that's CRT.
Yeah.
If you learn about the systemic oppression of African Americans, that's CRT. If you learn about how the prison population disproportionately affects one minority group over another, that's CRT. And it's like, yes, withholding education from your children is going to perpetuate these systems. We want that to not happen. That's not evil.
Yeah, it's just like the subset of people who are scared of like wokeness, isn't it? And like fear of their kids accepting people that are different to them.
Correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't woke originally applied to just being aware and awakened to issues that others experience? Just boiling it down to its most basic premise.
I mean, I think so. And then it's just become like...
almost like a sports team label. Like, oh, you support woke? Lame. I support sleep, actually.
What is the opposite of what? If you're not woke, what are you?
Normal, Jamie. Obviously, gay is bad.
Let's not soundbite that bit.
At least when I do a character voice, it's okay. Because then that doesn't sound like me, maybe. I don't know. It's not me saying it. Okay, everybody at home, shut up. Draw a circle around the one God loves the most. Plants, animals, baby, but not baptized, or a baptized baby.
I wonder which one they're expecting to get circled.
Can you imagine God just hating puppies? What the heck, man?
And what did plants do?
Also, the symbolism of putting it like at the height of steps to be the topmost one being baptized baby. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
You're really elevating this one intentionally. Okay, I see which one you want me to pick. But what is he holding?
It looks like a scoop.
Yeah, it's either that or like a paper cutout of a baby. I can't quite tell.
I'm not sure. Is it like scooping up water for baptism?
Maybe, but I don't remember them ever doing that with the holy water.
I don't know. But yeah, let's end on God loving baptized babies but hating puppies.
Yeah, God hates puppies, obviously. Normal, okay?
I really enjoyed this. Even though it was homophobic memes, I'm like, I really enjoyed making this video about horrible memes. I'm just going to do a shout out for OT. Go check out the link in the description box. Go show OT some love because he's wonderful, as you could probably see from this video. Think about giving this video a thumbs up and subscribing if you want to, but no pressure. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Much love. Bye. Bye.